what's going on, everyone? Choco here, and welcome back to some more Choco's World. Before we get started with this episode, which will hopefully be a shorter one, I want to get some things out of the way. Number one, I did mention the last episode, at least in the title and the thumbnail. I was like, oh, I have the rails all built and ready to go in this episode. Nope, did that in the next stream. So instead of posting all that stuff and me going out to the swamp, getting slime and stuff, I'm just going to show it to you again because it's simple enough to build if you'd like to make one yourself. But there you go. It's going to be 6 along the bottom in terms of slime blocks, a slime block on either end, and then 3 rails, whatever rails you want to duplicate, and then of course 1 dead fan coral. By doing it this way, you're going to have yourself the duplicating machine. All you just need to do now is a sticky piston on the side, and then you can do observers or whatever tick system you have to keep the whole thing going, and then you can put a lever on this block to make sure that you can deactivate the duplicator whenever you're done. For this, I also put on water on the corners here and some glass along the sides to make sure that nothing escaped. And then the water is just kind of being pushed over there. So if that is something that you're curious about and you want to mimic in your own world, feel free to do so. It does seem to push everything happily into this hopper, which is pretty great. So that's just going to be 3 wide on this right side here and 4 wide on the left side here, if you are curious. Anyways, enough about that. Rail duplicator, of course, very handy. We're going to be using this, hopefully, to start working towards our iron golem farms, because I think that what I would like to do is get myself rocking and rolling with some storage stuff. But we're not ready just yet. We have some odds and ends that we do need to complete. One of those odds and ends is going to be the end rods. Now, I'm going to personally go back into the end and go harvest some end rods there, as well as getting some more shulker shells so I can make more shulker boxes. And of course, the goal and hope is that with shulker boxes, I'm going to be able to tame my inventory a little bit more because it's getting a little bit wild. Even by my standards, this is a little bit crazy. So we're going to go ahead and get all that going. But before we can even do that part of the collection for the Iron Golem farm, and for those who are curious, our material list looks something like this. There's going to be some substitutions and stuff like that. But we're going to go ahead and do the Nembon one, which is going to have all this that's required, right? So the big thing that I want to point out here is the main things that we're going to be focusing on is we can do glass and stuff from trades. The slabs can be whatever slab as far as I'm aware. The packed ice is going to be one of the big ones. The end rod is going to be another big one. And then the iron trap doors would also be another pretty big one. Everything else I think is going to be relatively straightforward to get. I didn't see anything that was terribly alarming. So the packed ice, I think we're just going to farm it off of, like, we're just going to farm it basically on stream, and we're not going to worry about it recording that because it's just me chipping away at some ice that I'm going to be putting down water for. The iron trap doors, we weirdly have like a pseudo iron golem farm going on right underneath here. So these iron golems down here have been contributing a lot of their material to the cause. And then for the so the end rod, the trapdoors, and then the packed ice, and yeah, that's all. That's the main stuff that we're looking for. So in order to get to the end rods, we need to get the end portal. I'm going to be using the nether, but we're going to tie into this episode a little bit of mischief in terms of how we're going to get from point A to point B. All right, so we're on top of the nether. I mean, not on top of it, but we're just below the bedrock layer here, and I'm staring at a 127. And you might be like, okay, I mean, yeah, we know what's going to go happen now, Choco. You're going to sit there, going to put down one little ND pearl, and then you're just going to go and have at it, right? Yes and no. I will be doing that, but what we're going to be doing, and I'm going to absolutely hate myself for every second that I'm going to have to be doing this, but we're going to go ahead and actually make ourselves a hole in the nether, and that's going to be kind of like the bonus part of the episode. I'm not going to showcase this because I'm going to be following a guide, but I will, if I remember, link a guide. If I do not link a guide, then just be aware that this is from a guy named... just kidding. Hold on. Who is this from? This is from Frilioth? Frylioth? I don't know how to pronounce his name. Spelled F-R... Let me see here. F-R-I-L-I-O-T-H. So let me just type it in here for you guys. So F-R-I-L-I-O-T-H. That's what I'm going to be referencing for the guide, but this is going to be a lot of trial and error, so I'm not going to force you all to be like, okay, well, time to watch Choco fail like 1,000 times. So I'm going to be back after we've managed to succeed, or if something catastrophically bad happens, which hopefully is not going to be the reason why we're back. But yeah, I just 100% try to make ladders with not a whole lot of sensible. I'm just out of it. Today has been a really weird day. That's my excuse. I've been having a very strange day today. So, okay. So there we go. 127. Actually, we have two 127s right next to each other. That's pretty cool. But all right. So let me just go ahead and yeet myself out, because if there is something bad that's going to happen, it's very possible that it would happen here. So let me just take one real quick moment to go ahead and just yeet myself out. All right, perfect. I'm getting weirdly good at that, huh? Oh, and I 100% did not remember what the coordinates were of that block. So, yep, fun times. I gotta look back on the recording and stuff and figure it out. Okay, moment of truth for the first part of this. So according to the guide, I just set up my repeaters, redstone, repeaters, my solid block, and my pistons. And this, of course, is the block in question. Just confirming that right now, -16, -49. Thankfully, I did manage to clip it right before it went away. So that's cool. So I'm gonna flick this lever. This is gonna activate that. I'm gonna run like heck away from here. And I'm hoping that that piston explodes. The piston head explodes off it. So let's hope for the best here. Please? Take two. Place it down. Flip the switch. Run away. Explodey boy. I'm going to count that as a success. Because you know what? That's what I wanted, I think. And that's what we got. So I'm going to write that down as a success. Going to put that sticky piston, and we're going to pretend that everything is fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Okay, so step 2. We have all this set up. We have the redstone dust in the back, the two that are going to connect this piston to the rest of the chain. Everything's still in the same setting. I just have to put this down, flick the switch. Come on, sticky piston. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We did it! Okay, we can proceed. Proceed! Okay, Frilioth. I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name, but we've reached this stage. I think everything's fine. I'm going to wipe out these obsidian blocks because I don't think there's an actual purpose to them. I wasn't supposed to break them, but it's okay. I don't think it impacts anything. I'm going to flip this switch, and what should happen, according to him, is that this will basically push everything in, and then magical stuff will happen here, and there should be a hole in the ground. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. 3. I didn't count right. I jumped the gun. I'm scared. Okay, so underneath this guy right here, there's supposed to be a hole. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a hole. Please. Please. Please, guide. Please have shown me the way. I finna. Do we think that it worked? Do we have faith that we didn't screw this up? It worked! 10 out of 10, guide. Thank you. So there are other ways to do this, and like I was contemplating them, but if you ask stream chat, it was like I was there like there was one that legitimately reminded me and gave me like flashbacks, like not like the good kind of flashbacks. We're like, oh yeah, it's like really pleasant memories. No, this was like the horrific, like, oh my goodness, please no, please 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 no. But we like there was one that looks a lot like how we did the creation of Bingo. For those of you who do not know what that story is about, it was like the end portal duplication, but basically we needed to do something very similar in terms of like we're manipulating things for creating some weird nonsense involving destroying end portal blocks. But yeah, okay, that worked out great. Holy cows. Yes, that is... Okay, I feel very good about this. And actually, I wonder if this would work on end portal blocks, because it wasn't the fastest thing in the world, but at the same time, it was very like reliable, and it doesn't seem to be worrying. It doesn't seem to be sensitive to your like orientation or like where you are in the world. So I might actually try this guy's method again. I don't know if it's like he was the original, but this is the video I was referring to. So yeah, I'm maybe gonna try this out again for the end portals, because it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it is something that I think is really consistent. So if I were able to get this down to like pretty well, and I was able to replicate that quite a few times, I think we have a good shot at maybe doing this on the end portal blocks if that's giving us trouble. I don't know yet. So either way, pretty cool, pretty righteous might. But yeah, awesome. We're now ready. We're now ready to do some amazing things. I'm excited. So now we're over here. You might be like, okay, what? Right? So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be making another portal right here. And the intention and the hope is that what's going to end up happening is this should be where the end portal would roughly be. Obviously the Y coordinate's kind of like wacky or whatever. I can't put it right there. But hopefully this end portal will be in roughly the right X and Z coordinate. So instead of me having to march over here over a long period of time, I should be able to take this portal back, and it should be a relatively reasonable, journey to wherever the end portal is. Again, the coordinates for the end portal in the overworld was 787 and negative 1901. And so we're at roughly the equivalent part here, which is just dividing by 8, but I use a website because I'm not feeling super confident about my math right now. So let's go ahead, go through. All right, it is mad spooky dark. That's not really a great thing, but that's okay. And let me see here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back through this portal. And then it does spawn us down here. Okay, so that's fine. So at this point, we now have kind of a portal here. I suppose what I would want to normally do is I would want to make myself some kind of way back home. But what I'm going to bank on here is I'm going to bank on the idea of if I get to the end portal, I should be able to very simply just go in and then just leave through the regular portal out and then just leave. So that's the hope. That's the dream. So 787, right, negative 1901. So it puts us like right here or so. And then I'm going to get the old shovel out. And let me see. So hopefully we're right on the money here. We saw those berry bushes before, so that looks promising. Okay, just keep on digging downward. Aha! Okay, that's not... Yikes. Okay, cool. So perfect. Obviously, I'm going to need to eventually make some way to, make that safe. But for right now, that will do the job just fine. I'm actually extremely grateful that that thing did not just, like, yeet me into the lava. Silverfish! Now is not the time. All right, so let me go ahead, and we're going to go through the end portal. Be very careful, because this one, again, for some reason spawned me, like, in a super, like, we'd love to get you killed kind of way. So I have to be a little bit mindful of that. But let's see here. This looks like a reasonably safe way about it. So let me go ahead and just make a little scaffold out here. This is such a goofy, like, I'm sorry, but this is just a really strange, like, this didn't need to be this way. The game really didn't need to be this rude. This was just very rude. It's just like, hey, you know what would be hilarious? If we made you have to, like, walk across the void. That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? And I'm just like, not really. I'm not so sure about that one. All right, cool. So we're in the end. We have ourselves a way to here. Not really a way back that's super nice, but we do have a way back technically, so that should be fine. I'm going to go ahead and just use this, and voila, there we are. So cool. We have a way to and back, which is nice. And then we should be able just to now go on our merry way. And the shulker shell searching, I'm imagining there's not going to be a whole lot going on in that, but I'm going to be sure to bring my shulker boxes so I can hopefully go on a fairly lengthy adventure on this particular one. But again, in terms of how this plays out for content, I would imagine that most people are not going to be really down to be like, huh, a person in the end farming for materials. Wow. Like, I don't think anyone's going to be sitting there thinking that. So I think we're just going to go ahead and kind of keep it to ourselves and just kind of go about our business and do whatever we got to do. But let me go ahead, store all these lovely things away. I am going to take this one slime block, though, so I can replace it because I might have stolen that off of something else. Not going to talk about it. But, okay, I think that's looking pretty darn good. And then I have one more shulky, which is Lord knows where, but we do have one more shulky somewhere. There you are. All right, and then these guys also actually have some stuff in them, which I'm going to need to dump out real quick. So let me... I can't remember where the... There's a chest with chests in it. I think it might be the one down there, actually. So, oh, and I have redstone. Congratulations, you're now the proud redstone chest. All right, but anyways, I'm going to get this sorted out, and then I'll be back after I have some shulker boxes, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, so here is the result of everything from our trip and kind of beyond. So we ended up getting ourselves a handful of the shulker shells, and we now have basically 8 shulker boxes, right? So we have one here, we have another one here for a total of 2, we have another 5 in here, and then 1 in my inventory for a total of 8. So pretty cool. I was 1 shell off of getting a full row. Kind of bummed out about that, but that's okay. I'm not bitter. You're bitter. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. We got that all sorted out. In terms of all the materials that we need, we're basically there. We're not like 100% there, but I mean, more or less, we can handle the rest of the prep in the actual Iron Golem farm episode while I'm kind of taking the intro in. So yeah, we're pretty much good to go. So I went ahead and made glass panes, made a whole bunch of glass, packed ice, which surprisingly did take us a little bit, but I just kind of like, you know, potato lorded it. Maybe I'll show you guys another time our very sketchy ice farm, I'm sure. But it's literally just like two wide trenches, and yeah, that's kind of it. But we also have ourselves, of course, the end rods from the end city. And we also got some phantom membranes because we ended up not having slept properly for quite some time. And I don't want to hear any jokes about this being like my real life. I don't want to hear any of it. So anyways, I think we're all ready to go. So this is going to be, of course, a short episode going into the Iron Golem farm build because that's going to take a while. So I want to make sure that we have the time to actually dedicate to that. So yeah, hopefully you all are looking forward to us going into the Iron Age. After that, I think it's sensible to say that I'm going to probably do things a little bit weirdly. I'm going to probably go from the iron farm to an item storage system. From an item storage system, I'm not super sure. I want to say that I'm going to go into gunpowder because I don't know why I would rush gold right now. I don't really have a particular use for the gold, but for like all intents and purposes, I will need gunpowder. I've been running out of gunpowder for fireworks. I need gunpowder for TNT. I need gunpowder for a lot of stuff. So chances are we will come back for gunpowder at some other points in the near future. And then the gold farm will be further past that. So yeah, kind of a wild schedule we have ahead of ourselves. But hey, this is what Minecraft is. And I hope you all are enjoying it. I do know that some of the viewership has kind of fallen off a little bit as we go into the later episodes. Because, you know, the series isn't brand new and everything like that. But if you do leave a comment down below, it does help me out a lot. Same with the like ratings and stuff like that. So just think about if you want to be able to do that. And if you're like, hey, Choco, listen, man, it was fun for a while, but I'd love to see something new. Let me know about that too as well. I always love to hear like everyone's feedback and stuff like that. Also, while I'm not super keen on this because I kind of feel like this kind of takes away from some people's experiences, let me know about face cam. I don't really make the most interesting of faces all the time, so I don't know, but let me know if that's the thing. So anyways, other than that, subscribe if you'd like to be notified, hit the notification bell, and that all should be pretty good there. Today we got ourselves the end rods and basically the Iron Golem farm prepped, or the Iron Golem farm's prep done. And then next time we're going to be, of course, diving into Iron Golem. So hopefully that all goes well. And, you know, here's to hoping. The best laid plan of mice and chocos. In terms, oh, actually, this is kind of an important thing to note as well. I'm not super sure we're going to be building this thing. So at face value, right, I guess I could, like, I'm going to build in the spawn chunks, right? So that's kind of a given. But I don't really know what I'm going to do about the Iron Golem farm in terms of, like, where within there I want to build it. Like, there's a question of the Y height and stuff like that. I can't imagine that I need that many of them. And what I mean by that is it's technically stackable, Like you can make like, it's a module, right? So I can make multiple of them. So I don't know, maybe I'll like build it with the intention of it being somewhat scalable, but I don't know. So that's another question for another Choco for another day, aka future Choco. Sucks to be you, man. But yeah, anyways, so next time, Iron Golem farm probably. Outside of that, it would be like something that would kind of take me by surprise. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and spam my bed, and I wish you all well. And as always, and most importantly, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful and safe day. And until next time, no matter where you are in the world, ciao for now. I was going to do like a good night thing. Oh no, why does it say out of memory? Oh no. What do you mean out of memory? What? What does it even mean? Oh no. Okay, I'm going to sign off before things break. Bye!